minister under the regime of His Excellency former President Odumonyamfo Adogagaya, the showboy, Adomepebiwansem, Adomepefans. And Honorable Kweku Ajimaimenu, who was served as Minister for Health in Ghana under the President Nana Akuffo administration starting from January 2017, is considered as the worst minister under the regime of Nana Akuffo. It's better say no. You say John Dramani Mahama the all team actually an investigation and paper maker say no, he has been arrested allegedly and is awaiting for jail. A free black rasta ho edeba odi chechemu aba dramatic see yedimu nsem aba somo a futu for TV medical catch us news update and circulate on social media and so for asuna ka che adwo kura na hima me jime go say ya mere nsem no eba back to back the hands of people do kakra go phone so subscribe to channel no share like wa comment na bibia so etima koye ede amaye abuso bikasa enye tente ye ko tie ne nkomo black rasta AD edifa ex Minister for Health under the regime of a former President Nana Akuffo and the Honorable Kweku Ajimaimenu arrest ayameki any jail or babeko nearby you transfer this.
Akuffo Addo's worst minister arrested at Waste jail at last. Remember where you heard it first. Anytime we speak, the ears that matter hear this. Remember, a few weeks ago, we brought you that reportage. 2 worst Ghanaian ministers ever. And we spoke about one Richard Anane. How many of us remember Dr. Richard Anane? Now, Dr. Richard Anane, my brother, my sister, was a bald-headed doctor who disgraced the republic beyond repair. This is the guy. He was sent to go out on a mission, HIV/AIDS mission, by the Akuffo administration, the MPP. He was a well-respected man who had worked as a health minister and also as a minister of transport and beyond. He went out, my brother, my sister, on the ticket of Ghana to attend a certain summit on HIV/AIDS. And when he went, a young white woman approached him, seeking to also have the opportunity to come to Ghana and talk about HIV/AIDS and support the people of Ghana. He signed an arbitral contract as the minister in charge with the lady with no recourse to the Parliament House of Ghana. And it was in exchange for sex. He invited the girl into his hotel room and gave her hot doggy styles coupled with missionary and wheelbarrow. She got pregnant and gave birth to a son. This matter became huge in Ghana. In fact, at the time, it was so much investigated. And Raymond Archer, Capo di Tutti Capi, was the one who broke the news. His life was threatened every time he went to court or to Sh0ck to go and testify. Macho men would be running around on motorbikes, well armed, ready to visit him with harm. But finally, this guy here had a certain level of punishment, if you may call it a punishment. My brother, my sister, that was how this guy disgraced Ghana, turned a whole HIV/AIDS summit into a sexcapade. Dash him away. We talked about him. We won't repeat it. Now, the next minister we talked about was Kweku Ajimaimenu. My brother, my sister, and Kweku Ajimaimenu, we spent so much time to talk about him because he was the most controversial minister ever in the history of the Republic. From 1957, when we gained independence, up to now, no minister has ever had controversies more than this guy here. To those who are seeing his face for the very first time, run the dossier and come here. This is the man we're talking about. Run the dossier. This is him. Now, Akuffo Agyeman is a prominent Ghanaian politician and a chartered management accountant. And he played a significant role in Ghana's public financial management, better still mismanagement, and health care sectors. He was born on September 6, and I regret I was born in the same month of September as this guy. He was born in 1955 in Doma Hinkro, then in the Akuffo region, now in the Bono region of Ghana. And he had his GCE O-level in 1973, a year before I was born. And when he finished A-level, I was only 1 year old in 1975. He had his Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Statistics from the University of Ghana from 1979 all the way to 1989, 10 solid years. And then he holds a management accountancy certification from the London School of Accountancy. So this is a man who has gone through the mill. Flip! This is him. He became a chartered management accountant and associate member in 1990. And look at his corporate dossier. Hey, before he went into full-time politics, he served as Director of Finance for Toyota Ghana Company Limited. And then Ghana Company Limited, he held the position of Director of Finance. Then in the BA, Timber Company, he worked as the Deputy Chief Accountant. Jesus have mercy. My brother, my sister, this is the man we are talking about. Akuffo Agyeman, dash it away. Now, my brother, my sister, we told you why this man here is the worst minister Ghana has ever seen. And we brought facts and figures. We are going to look at some of the controversies. There's a video going around where he is seen bragging that all the noise we made about him as the worst minister, as the man with the most controversies, 1 year in the government of Bahama, nothing has happened to him. We shall go into it. But let's find out how much damage this guy here called Akuffo Agyeman gave to us as a people. Ghana. Run the controversies. Watch this. Hey. Now, my brother, the most prominent is the Sputnik V vaccine procurement in 2021. Agyeman admitted to signing an agreement with a middleman by name Sheikh Al-Dalmouk Al-Maktoum to procure 3.4 million doses of Sputnik V vaccine at $19 per dose. This was nearly double the factory price of $10 at the time. This minister decided to take Ghana through this. And when he was asked at the Parliament House, what did he say? His head was not working. At the time, the way people were dying, he couldn't think. 2, a parliamentary committee found the deal was signed without mandatory parliamentary approval or clearance from the Public Procurement Authority. That is the same thing. Listen, you would realize that this man was a champion of arbitral decisions. He made himself the God, the team God that he wanted to be. He took decisions with no recourse to any superior. He was his almighty. That was what the parliament found out. Despite initial denials and the oath, that means he's a liar. and the oath he swore with the Bible that he says he believes in, yet he lied. It was revealed that approximately 2.85 million American dollars, an equivalent of 16 million and over, had been paid to this so-called Sheikh Ahmed Dalmouk Al Maktoum, for vaccines that were never delivered. The money was later reportedly refunded. As to whether they did it or not, posterity would judge this government that ruled us for 8 solid years. Come here. Flip the page. Now, my brother, that is not all. Frontier Healthcare Services contract. Now, this controversial contract involved mandatory COVID-19 testing at Kotoka International Airport. We saw Nigerians complaining. The whole world complained when they came to the airport. They were forced to be tested. But how did it happen? Ajimamelu claimed during his vetting that the contract was awarded by the Presidential Task Force and did not report to him, despite his role as health minister. Can you imagine? Now, the COVID-19 fund mismanagement. In 2022, the Auditor General's report highlighted significant irregularities in pandemic spending, including 81.8 million paid for vaccines that were never delivered. And he signed contracts, my brother, my sister, for snake serum. And not once, twice, and even more, he gave that to a certain Indian company of his choice without any PPA approval, public procurement. He did it on his own, denying Ghanaians, legitimate Ghanaians, this much needed contracts. Flip the page. This is Kweku Ajimaimeni. Hey, now, my brother, my sister, is in trouble. Dash it away. And when we brought this, he saw the publication, the broadcast. Everybody was talking about it all over Ghana, that he is going down as the worst minister ever in the history of Ghana. The controversies were more than just necessary. Nana Addo went to the hometown of this guy in the BA, and he was making a joke out of the predicament of Ghanaians. So many Ghanaians who suffered because of this man's irresponsible behavior. My brother, my sister, and this man was seen in a video bragging. Maybe he didn't know cameras were around. Listen to what he said. Watch this.
I'm assuming phone kiti amaya and kebi anka heso best and the apu kakra enti menye mobosa ni suye binu ba twahwe awu binu jahayo ye be kina tum ye be ni sei afia twam binu jahayo na wiase se odi nokure ye nipa nyina ni bani be so ne awoye we are down we nipa obetie bi nan so amana kase wi but so oti wi no dan we nipa de chew no tie de chewa. That's right. This wa baby obeka wi no want ho asem da ntie be bibi ama afro du baby experience kakra mi nyaaye jon meka bi a kire bese mo share radio for mo panko se MP no jon omo san ye tele agent o ska o sika se bia ya. The moment in my ye did already sema yet to abano. Ye 45,000. Until ye pa.
He was about to drop another bomb. We will follow up on the other issue. But for now, let's concentrate on the fact that he said that everybody in Ghana said he will be locked up with a new regime coming on. But the new regime is on. John Dramani Mahama and his people, over 1 year now, nobody has arrested him. And he's even daring journalists to take the message out. My brother, my sister, this is Kweku Agyeman Menu. Born on September 6, 1955. He is not a young man. He's grown to a certain point. This guy here, he tested positive for COVID-19. At the time, it was all a very big mystery in Ghana. Listen attentively. And the news came out that he had tested positive. Instead of using it as an opportunity to dispel the fear, the unwanted fear about this disease, COVID-19, he denied and swore the Bible that he never had COVID-19. How can I get it? No. I protect myself. I wash my hands. I do this. My brother, my sister, yet he was in the hospital dying. It took Vim Lady, a journalist, a colleague, to come out and say it. And he granted an interview to Vim Lady and denied all the allegations. Only for the president of the republic, Nana Addo Akuffo, to come out a few days later to say that the man truly had COVID-19. So he is a man who hides behind the Bible and lies more than Satan. And we have seen them. The only difference between this guy and Kenneth Oriata is the fact that he doesn't wear white. The old men in our generation have disappointed us. In the past, you would have to look at the old man and learn from him. But these days, no. Arbitrary decisions, and they go about trying to defend the nonsense that they created. Well, having said this, the Minister for Government Communications, Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, granted an interview. And the interview he granted was in response to what this man said, that after 1 whole year, he was still walking free and nothing happened to him because of the truth with which he served the nation, in what he said in that day. Watch this.
The Sputnik V vaccine case involving Kweku Agyeman. I noticed that he's been in the news engaging in blaster and claiming that nobody has touched him. That is not true. He was arrested, he was interrogated, questioned, and cautioned. There are 2 dockets in respect of him: the Sputnik V vaccine case and then the COVID-19 frontier case. So in the next few weeks, the Attorney General will be taken to court and he will charge him.
Agyeman, former finance,
so they claim
former health minister.
They claim that he has not been charged is palpably false.
You say he was arrested?
He was arrested by NIB.
When?
Oh, that's a couple of months ago.
So this year, or talking about latter part of last year?
Latter part of last year, he was interrogated. He wrote a caution statement. The docket on him has been built, 2 of them, and then he will be taken to court very soon and charged with offenses relating to Sputnik V and then the COVID frontier.
As in what did the investigations establish that?
I think that there are cases of causing financial loss to the state and what have you, and things that he did that violated the procurement laws and what have you.
So this relates to causing financial loss to the state?
Violation of the procurement laws and several other charges that the Attorney General will be filing against him. So it is not true that he has not been touched and he is working a free man. He is by no means a free man. Of course, until he is convicted, his liberty to be granted him. He can go wherever he wants. But he is being dealt with by the appropriate security agencies.
So now, he wasn't detained, were arrested?
Of course, we'll be there for some time. Once they are done with you, they release you. In fact, I mean, it hardly occurs that even people standing trial are kept in custody, unless under exceptional circumstances.
Felix Ofosu-Kwakye. Now, before we came into the studio, I was at his ministry and I decided to find out more about this issue. Run the dossier. My brother, my sister, was Agyemang arrested or not? March 2026, this month, this year. On the 10th of March 2026, Government Communications Minister Felix Kwakye Ofosu disclosed that Agyemang had been arrested and interrogated by the NIB. The Attorney General is expected to formally charge him in court in the coming weeks on 2 dockets, the Sputnik V case and the COVID-19 frontier case. Agyemang has previously maintained he acted in good faith due to the emergency of the pandemic and recently dismissed claims of intimidation, stating he is working freely and focused on his work. That should away. My brother, he was arrested about a year ago from when the John Dramani Mahama government came into power. And the NIB decided to interrogate him. And I can tell you on record that they have found, after investigations, so much rot during the tenure of this guy. In the coming days, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, the Zwarungu boy, Stamford lawyer, Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayini, and his deputy, Dr. Sensai, would be going to court on this man's case. And I am very excited. I have seen the docket. I have seen it in plain black and white. My brother, my sister, and it's heavy. It's heavier than the Encyclopedia Britannica. I am waiting patiently to see this guy dragged into jail where he supposedly belongs. After all this he has allegedly done to the people of Ghana, the lies he told us, blatant lies. An old man like this lying like a little boy. My brother, my sister, he caused a heavy financial loss to the people of Ghana. He is one minister who has had the most controversies ever in the history of Ghana, not even Krobo Edusei. And I am glad that the authorities listen to us. When we started talking about this, many were those who thought we were just bringing to bear some kind of witch hunt. But my brother, my sister, I am glad that accountability is here. I am glad that probity is here. I am glad that the ears of the nation are here. I am glad that everything is working out according to plan. To Kweku Agyemang Menu, after you, bring it here. Come here. Kweku Agyemang Menu, rest in jail. You have been a bad minister, a lying minister. You didn't look at your age. You lied like a toddler. Right now, the chickens are coming home to roost. After you, Richard Anani is coming for a haircut. That's if he has any hair left on his head. Or else, my brother, my sister, I leave it here. I leave it here. No tears for you, sir. You were a bad minister, the worst minister this country has ever had. And if I had my own way, Nana Addo would join you in there so that you continue making your jokes that are not funny in there. That's my way. Dash is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo. And thanks so much to the authorities. Thanks for listening to us. Thank you so much for bringing to bear accountability, probity, and justice. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo. And here we speak truth to power.
I'm sure any send the dedicated to the trade social media so some for as my country adwakum de some new era laboratory and a name was so master the scan papa scanner if you be anywhere koji which area was soon jowo akoma eto akoma yam there look no other place so when we new era laboratory akache omo ewa santasi opposite a projection so free trade the kokoben kokroma ewo nsa ni faso so if you krom eremu ewo trade the kokobi bo fodwa ewo nsa ebenku so ye sebi ohoho na fe do bekumasi a o dey just come to santasi we do have busa kwada kwa fe ni a word foforo say we new era akache o dey nsa ebe chiro na so hu de koso adwa eni bidi nyame amba da se na yehia bye bye